Thousands of times per year, America's local police departments request phone company records to track movements of users to help solve crimes. This Wednesday, the Supreme Court will consider whether access to that data will require a search warrant issued by a judge. The court is tackling the issue as nearly 95% of Americans own a cell phone. Not Louise Rule, can't find her. NBC News Justice Department correspondent Pete Williams joins us from D.C. Pete, as I said, they're never going to get my mom. She's never going to get a cell phone. But for the rest of us, what does it mean?
Well, every time you use your phone, make a call, get a text, go on the internet, it connects to a local cell phone tower, and the local cell phone tower operator keeps a record of that for billing purposes, roaming charges, and so forth. Now, the police can get those records, and by plotting the various cell towers that your phone connects to, they can plot your movements over several days, even weeks, even months. That's what happened in this case. The FBI got the cell phone records for a man suspected of robbing Radio Shacks and T-Mobile stores, ironically, to steal cell phones, and it showed that he was near those stores when the robberies were committed, and partly based on that evidence, he was convicted. Now, here's the legal question, Stephanie. The Supreme Court ruled about 4 decades ago that you have no privacy expectation in the numbers that you dial from your phone. It was a case in which the Supreme Court said, look, the phone company has to acquire those records for billing. Nobody expects that the numbers you dial from your phone, hardwired into the house, is going to be private. The question is, should that analysis apply in the digital age when you can learn a lot more about somebody from their phone records, since now the phones can move around? You can tell where a person is going, whether they came home a certain night. And that's the question. Is it so different now what these billing records store and what they indicate that it requires a different legal analysis and the police should have to get a search warrant? So that's the question the Supreme Court's going to have to decide. The Trump administration says no, you should not require a search warrant. And that was basically the position the Obama administration took as well. So the federal government, the FBI, depends on being able to just subpoena these instead of getting a search warrant. But the Supreme Court in recent years, Stephanie, has shown a willingness to be more protective of privacy in the digital age. For example, ruling that the police have to get a search warrant in order to search the contents of the cell phone of someone they arrest, and that the police have to get a search warrant to put a GPS tracking gizmo on your car.
All right, Pete, thank you so much. These cell phones, we love them, but they're very dangerous. A lot of information in there.